Welcome to the Human Potential Podcast. My name is Laura, and this is my co host, Ken.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Unfortunately, this is going to be a hiatus episode, so we're going to be gone for a little while, but I'll let Laura start with talking about that.
So, this today will be our last episode for the foreseeable future. It's not a goodbye, but like Ken said, a hiatus. And it is our intention to return as soon as we are equally committed to the podcast. I have learned a lot as a result of starting this podcast.
Mhm.
I knew when we began that there were going to be a lot of unknowns with regard to success and longevity. And I feel like I've put 100% into this project, even from the point that it was just a thought in my mind. It was so inspiring to
Mhm.
think about doing the Human Potential podcast. And to see it come to fruition has been a dream come true for me.
Mhm.
This partnership has taught me that I can be way more organized than I ever imagined, that I can be triggered by my partner's challenges because they were things that I struggled with in the past. And finally, that I can let go of something even though it's difficult when we're just not on the same page.
Yeah, it's good.
The Human Potential podcast has been a labor of love for me. And although I'm truly sad to be stepping away from it right now, I know that it has prepared me for my next solo venture, which is a meditation channel.
Mhm.
Ken and I had no idea what we were doing when we started this podcast. We were just both excited to share what activated our human potential with you. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, and I appreciate anything that you gained as a result of listening to the podcast.
That's deep. Well, as for me, like this has been such a learning experience for me. Like I've learned so much
Mhm.
doing this. I've learned so much from you, Laura. I've really come to understand like I've really admired the way that you speak. So that really helped me out in my normal everyday life just from listening to you, just from editing the podcast, just from hearing your voice
Mm,
over and over and over again. I said, "Man, this is good. I'm glad I get to hear this over and over because it really helped me with my speech and the way that I talk and the way that I want to come off." And I'm
mm,
extremely grateful for you for that. And as
mm,
far
thank you.
as our listeners are concerned, and I'm very grateful for each and every one of you that took the time to listen to what we had to say, to apply what we had to say, to just be here and, hopefully get some insights and some perspectives from what we have to say and learn from our experiences. And, it's I'm sad that we have to walk away from this. It's just life is life and for real. Life is life. And I just really wish I had another me that can just do stuff for me while I do this. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's just I want to be here and give it my all. Just as much as she's giving it her all, I couldn't give that. So I didn't want to, you know, do something that was half of what we can actually do. And we can actually
Right.
make this a good thing and a really good thing if we both are putting it all in like as we're supposed to. So, things happen. But like I said, this is just a hiatus. It's just an hiatus for us to get things together. More, more so me. for, me, for, for me to get
Thank you
things
for being
together.
honest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Just
it's hard. Like if I know not everybody listening is has the desire to start a podcast.
hmm
If you do, go into it knowing you have to have a system in place or else you will drown in the responsibility side of it
hmm
and it will become less and less inspired and fun. And I know both Ken and I are fire element personalities, and it has to stay fun for us to be interested. And as soon as that goes away, we're like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So I know that collectively posting weekly episodes was too much too fast. In
Mhm.
hindsight, it would have been beneficial to start like once a month and then get a flow and then bi-weekly maybe and then work our way up to weekly. But like I said, we had no idea what we were doing. We were learning as we went, and now we know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just a real learning process, and I feel like we had to learn this. We had to learn this
Yes.
in order for us to come back better than ever. And one thing I would say to the listeners is, you know, go out there and do it. Do it. Whatever it
Yeah.
is that you want to do, just do it and do it bad. Do it bad. It's okay. It's okay. But the stuff that you learn in the process is way more than you just sitting there and thinking about it and reading about it and not doing it. You got to put the effort in. And just us doing these episodes, I've learned so much. I've changed so much as a person. I've got my wife to open up. I just it's just so much that
Mhm.
comes with actually doing and not just sitting there. Because if we would have just sat there and thought about it and just be like, oh, this would sounds good. Well, let's do some more research. Let's do some more research. Let's read more, and never done it, we would have never got the experiences that we have. So do, do. Don't sit back and ponder. Do take the action and just do it and do it sloppy. I've heard so many speakers say that they've done things and they just did it. They didn't know how they were going to do it, but they did it and just kept going with it.
And if this is our worst, I'm really excited for,
Man,
better because
man.
this was really good. I mean, I
Yeah.
got so much feedback from my personal clients. They were excited to listen every week. And I was like, wow, people actually are getting valuable stuff out of our podcast. And we're just starting out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it because this is the worst that we'll ever be. And we're kind of good.
Yeah.
We're pretty good. But this is the worst that we're going to be. So we're just gonna get better over time. And that's for you too, listeners. You're gonna get better over time at whatever it is that you choose to endeavor in. You're gonna get better. You're gonna be a better mom, you're gonna be a better father, a better friend. You're just gonna be better over time. But it takes practice and it's gonna take some work and it takes action. So in closing, I just really want to thank everyone for listening. Each and every one of you. Thank you so much. You really don't know how much this means to us. Some of you I may never ever meet. Some of you I may never ever speak to or anything, but I'm just so happy that you took the time to listen to us, to try to understand us. And that means a lot. It means so much to us. And I want to thank you, Laura, for actually believing that we can try this, we can do this, and believing that I was good enough to be your co-host. So thank you.
Hmm. Thank you. Well, thank you for joining us for this hiatus episode, and please continue to activate your human potential. Continue to learn, grow, and keep an open heart and mind. Until next time.